Hi, I'm Rick of Rick's Saw Designs. Today to talk to you about pocket joinery. Pocket joinery is a little controversial. It's a way of taking two pieces of wood and holding them together. It's a decently strong joint. It's made and used in a lot of furniture, cabinetry, and it's a wonderful joint as far as I'm concerned. It saves a lot of time. It's easy to do, and once you learn how to do it, like I'm going to show you here, it's very accurate. So I will tell you, the downside of pocket joinery is usually when you see the exposed pocket. This is where the screw goes in, attaches to this wood. I would point out that a lot of times, though, if you're looking at something from this angle, you never see the pocket joinery. And because it's so much quicker than things like a mortise and tenon joint, it's going to do wonderful. So if you want to figure out how to do pocket joinery from a guy who screwed it up a little bit, keep in tune. I'll show you how I do it now. I'm going to use a couple Kreg pocket screws on each end of the frame for the end board. And since my material is about 3/4 of an inch thick, I'm going to go ahead and use the measurement tool here. This lets you know where the color should be if it's exactly 3/4. Mine is a little bigger, so I've let it go down just a little bit more, which makes sense. I've adjusted this so that it holds my work against the piece. And then the other piece, of course, you have to adjust is the side. Again, mine is slightly more than 3/4, so I'm just a hair above the 3/4 mark. So it makes a nice shoulder there. Setting up my piece, which is a rather large piece, so it's almost hitting my ceiling here. I'm simply going to align it with the outside here. That way it gives me some reference point. It's not really important, to be honest with you, because either side is going to be separate. It doesn't really need to be aligned, just to keep it all straight. So my board's nice and secure after securing the piece in the back. Okay, so it doesn't move around. That's very important. And as I go to drill these things, I've already got them set up, and we're going to go ahead and drill. One of the mistakes I made early on was not worrying about this tip enough, which is going to go through, just barely go through the bottom of the piece. And I would try to go in here at an angle that wasn't quite right, and I would break off the tip, so I had to buy another one. Nothing teaches you like mistakes that cost you money. So just carefully guide this in the hole. The sides certainly hold it and tell it where to go, and then let the drill do what it's supposed to do. I'm going to use the holes marked A and C. And when I'm all done, I should be able to just release the clamp, and I'll be able to show you what that looks like. Got to clear out the sawdust from there, but that'll be perfect. So now here's the awkward part. I have got to put this into here and make it come forward perfectly square the way I want it. Really difficult to do without the right kind of clamping pressure. So I came up with this method. What I've done is I've cut out the area where I want the Kreg screws to go in. And what I'm also going to do is just simply use a blue tape and super glue method. And I'm going to simply attach them to kind of give me a guide along the way so that I can screw them in so that I get them pretty darn close. I think I'm going to be happy with this. Let's see what happens. Yeah, it's not going anywhere. Very small edge there, but give me just enough pressure in there. So while this isn't 100% perfect, it gives me a really good guideline for putting this other piece in here. So let me show you what I mean. So this slots right in there, and I mean, you can see it's almost perfect right there. And again, this doesn't have to be perfect. It's just the idea that you want it to be perfect. So I'm just going to drill these guys in. So I'll peel away the blue tape. These guys I can use again on the other leg somewhere along the way. And when I peel away the blue tape from this whole thing, I lose some blue tape. But what I've got is a nice steady joint.